Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Transfer Talk. It's transfer deadline day, and we have three wonderful guests. One I know is very annoyed due to the fact I've read his WhatsApp messages. But I'm going to start with Canners first. How are you, Canners?
I'm very well, Bobby. How are you, mate? Now it's good to be on the stream with yourself once again.
James, how are you, mate?
Yeah, bro, blessed. I mean, it's a Tuesday. It could be better, but we're moving. We're moving.
I'm dreading this question. How are you, Chris? No, not happy.
Pissed.
Okay. Is that due to the fact we might be signing Jorginho?
It's due to the fact that we will sign Jorginho, and we never learn. Trust me, we never learn.
Okay, what's your biggest problem with signing Jorginho?
Well, it's a combination of problems, really. One, looking at that six profile in our current system. Looking at our midfield, the trio, there is a blend, of what I call technical attributes and physical ones. Yeah. Every single one of those three players, down to Partey, but especially with Partey, as well as Odegaard and Xhaka, have both athletic and technical attributes. Yeah. Anyone that's seen Jorginho play for Chelsea, he was good until Kante wasn't, or Kante wasn't able to stay fit. Why? Because Kante covered that blind gap in Jorginho's game on the athletic side. Yeah. Kante was the one running around doing the dog's bodies work to give Jorginho space and time on the ball to be able to be the effective regista that he is. Yeah. Now, what we are doing is, in the absence of lacking the gumption to have gone either for a profile that is more suited and more matching to Partey's profile earlier on in the window, we're patching with this option. Yeah. Now, the second thing that I have a problem with, right, is of all the football clubs on planet fucking Earth right now, yeah, we are going to Chelsea to do our shopping. Yeah. Now, this club is 10th. Now, this club took our main transfer target, yeah, whilst being 10th, from overpaying, yeah, from throwing money at the problem. Yeah. Their wage bill is going to be up to its eyeballs, somewhat bloated. That 10 million means nothing to them. Getting that 120 to 150 grand a week off their wage bill, that meant everything to them for a guy they're not using. And people say, yeah, Bowley's got money, so it don't matter. No, it's not about having the money. Yeah, it's about FFP making it slide, washing their hands clean, yeah, of everything they've done to manipulate the market in the last 6 months. Yeah, and we are talking market manipulation. Yeah, because what they've done, yeah, is they over exuberantly stretched the terms of contracts for players in order to amortize the fee and the wages and all of the associated costs of buying these players. In some cases, including Mudrik's, our main target, remember, yeah, up to a contract length of 8.5 years. And they have manipulated this way in which to circumnavigate financial fair play to the extent where the rules are effectively going to be changed to reduce the term that you can amortize a contract fee for 5 years in the summer. We are helping them wash their fucking hands here. Do you understand, people? Yeah? And all this, oh yeah, but he's got some great qualities and all this. There's a whole world full of players with great fucking qualities, both the technical and the physical ones. Yeah? Go get them. Don't go fucking Chelsea get players. Yeah? It just be the principle. Listen, Man City, let me tell you what a serious club is. Yeah? Man City, they sold us Zinchenko. They sold us Jesus. They didn't see us as a threat. Yeah? There's already talk of them placing an embargo on ever selling us players again, because now we are that threat. Yeah, Tottenham Hotspur, yeah, and Chelsea. You know why they never do business? Yeah, because Chelsea tried to bully them, yeah, into getting Modric. They didn't like the way that they carried on in that. Yeah, out of principle, you'll never see those clubs do business ever. As long as Levy and Enoch are there, you'll never see them do that. Yeah, this club, right, just had Modric, yeah, taken from underneath its noses by this fucking pagan club, yeah, in West London. Yeah, and we're like, yeah, no, don't worry, we'll help you take out your trash whilst you're at it, mate. Yeah, we'll help you reduce your wage bill. We'll take another one, yeah, of your past it players, yeah. When the last failed transfer, yeah, the last failed transfer. If you look at this club's transfers, yeah, under Arteta's tenure, the only blip on his CV is what player? William. Will we ever fucking learn?
Armoury.
Will we ever learn though? That's what I want to know. Will we learn? Or will we, at what point will we just be like, are we meant to be a serious club? Because this is not what serious clubs do. Not even Tottenham down the road would do this, you know? What, these man just took our transfer. You think we're going to fucking just take their 31-year-old off their wage bill for them as well? Come on, man. This is unserious business of the highest order. It's unserious business, bro. We're in the middle of a title challenge, bro. Yeah? This ain't no top 4 race anymore. It hasn't been for a long time. It hasn't been since week 1. Let's be real. That's how long we stayed there for. Yeah? These boys have done outstanding to get where we are. Yeah? And they deserve better. They deserve to be shown, yeah? So you know what, yeah? You're doing all the hard work on the pitch. Yeah? We're going to do all the hard work off the pitch for you. Yeah, this is a two-way thing. This is a symbiosis. Yeah? You got players like Saka, who haven't, they've not signed their contract. Yeah? You got players like Saliba, not signed their contract. And Martinelli, apparently, yeah, he's just about agreed to. Yeah? They're looking at this and they're thinking, what happens if we come second? Yeah? And we look back on this. What happens if we don't win the Europa League? Yeah? And we look back on this. Yeah? 3-5 years' time, when we may have not have won anything, yeah, as a result of this moment. Why am I renewing my contract again?
I don't even think.
Why am I doing it now to begin with?
I don't think it's that deep. I completely
Yeah.
disagree on that point. That's
Acting on serious, like.
I think, King, I get some of your concerns, and there's some of the things I agree with you in terms of, you know, the fact that, okay, in this window we've not got our targets, right? Our first main targets that we've gone for, none of them we've got. We went for Modric, we didn't get Modric. We went for Sassedo, we haven't got him. Okay, maybe that's someone not doing their job properly, right? Maybe there might be. What I'm thinking. Maybe there might be a fundamental problem there. However, what I will say is that, and I'll just kind of so what if it's Chelsea? The thing is, we sold Chelsea Giroud, right? And they went on to win things, okay? And the thing is that, yeah, listen, Jorginho and the fact that it's from Chelsea, yeah, it's going to maybe rob people up the wrong way. But look, you've got to try and reverse it the other way. Look at the other way. What if he comes in, Partey or Xhaka's out for a period of time, he comes in, does a job, boom, we win the league.
On my life. If Partey gets injured, we're not winning this league.
Well, then that's not down to just Jorginho. The thing is, at the moment, I think that there's no one can do exactly what Partey does, right, in the league or in the world. Okay, you can get someone who does something similar or whatever, but the thing is that there are certain players that are going to do things a certain way. The thing is, Jorginho is press resistant to a degree. He does play at the base. He can do things. He can look for a ball. He will play for a ball. He'll always try and play. Basically, it's an Arteta player. But the thing is as well, I mean, we're in the need for now. And the thing is, if we don't get someone, we're going to be left with what we was left with last season. what if? What if we got that player? Do you know what? Who gives a sod if it was from Chelsea or whatever club? We needed that body in now. And I don't think anyone in here or anyone in the comments can tell me categorically, or I don't know, I don't think it's even a debate. Maybe Jorginho is not better than Xhaka at the moment, right? In terms of Xhaka is probably in the top 3-4 centre midfielders this year in terms of his stats, right? Maybe not better than Xhaka, maybe not better than Partey, but he's certainly better than anyone else we got in our squad. And I would probably Sambi looked like he was on something on Friday. I don't know what he needs to play. And the thing is, because we are in a title challenge, we can't bed anyone in. For me, Jorginho has been playing. He is a player that has he can hit the ground running. He knows what's expected physically. And also he knows what's expected emotionally from a mental standpoint for a title running. He's won Premier Leagues, he's won Champions League.
Jorginho hasn't won the Premier League, bro.
Okay, so okay, maybe wrong with that. But he's won the Champions League. He's won the Europa with Italy. He's won Champions. This guy. He brings with him, right? In the same case, in the same way that Arteta's brought in Zinchenko and he's brought in Jesus, he's bringing in another person who's won things not 5 or 4 or 5 years previous, only a year or two ago. Listen, the thing is that I don't think he's past it. I still think, and the fact is that look, we've covered ourselves with this. We've given them an 18-month contract with an option to extend it. Is it for 2 years? So we'll cover ourselves in that respect. It's not a crazy wage increase or wage from us. And the thing is, it's a drop in the ocean for Chelsea as well. Listen, they're about to spend over 100 million on a player, and obviously he's going to give so we're not balancing any books from Chelsea's perspective. They had a whole transfer window or 2 transfer windows missed. So they're still kind of like in, this is why they're able to spend this stupid amount of money, because they've got transfer windows in hand. This is like
not a club we should be doing business.
I've let you say everything. Let me just finish this. Let me just land this, and I'll. This guy basically, I think he will do a job for us, and I think personally, I'll be more upset if we had the chance to get Jorginho, and we didn't get him, and we ended up with no one. That's where I'm coming from. And I think it's £10 million fee with a possible 2 million add-on with an 18-month contract. I think it's a no-brainer, man.
I'm sorry, but at what point was the choice get Jorginho or get no one? And at what point was...
Tell me, okay, who are you going to get? Who are you going to get? Listen, if we can't get... Brighton are refusing to sell.
All right, I'd have gone and got the kid Bamba.
West Ham are obviously refusing to sell.
Listen,
this summer.
I'd have gone and got the kid Bamba. The way I see it, yeah.
You can't get another kid in to do something that you think might happen.
Why not? It's
because he's not proven.
He's doing it with Lokonga.
It's unproven players.
It's not working. How long are we going to persist with Lokonga? We've tried it. It's not done.
So wait.
We can't get someone in that we could. You're playing craps on a player.
Hang on. So, Lokonga is the poster boy that we're going to use, or he's going to be the example we're going to use of project players that didn't work. But we're not going to talk about Ramsdale. We're not going to talk about White. We're not going to talk about Gabriel. We're not going to talk about Saliba. We're not going to talk about Odegaard.
They're working. Wait. We have to say, do you know what? He's not working right now, so we need someone.
Let me go through all of them, yeah? Because now we've brought in Saka, integrated him. ESR was our second top goal scorer last season, yeah? You've got Martinelli, yeah? And you're telling me that the whole body, yeah, of the work, of the transformation, if we look at it, yeah, the age profiles last season that got us 5th, the 6 players were all under 23, yeah? And then the players that we signed this season that took us up to a next level were 25 and under. Yes, okay, Sambi is an example. Tavares was another example of players that didn't work with. Fair enough, yeah. But what I'm saying is, yeah, there are plenty of other alternatives that I could have gone for. Kone, Gladbach, yeah, another example. Yeah, you got Taramson, Kiefer, yeah. These are young, aspiring, good players that actually, in terms of both the technical, yeah, and the physical profile, they are closer in matchness, yeah,
but
in like for likeness
the
to
only thing I
Thomas
will say
Partey.
to that is the only thing I say to that. This is the January window. We haven't got time to bed players in right now.
Yeah.
We're in a title challenge.
And
We're in a
it's
title challenge. We ain't got time to kind of see if this player will fit into the way we play.
Jorginho doesn't though. He actually doesn't. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We
He
know that he
does.
doesn't.
Okay.
He doesn't do the
Honestly,
same thing Jorginho
hand on
Partey does.
heart, right? Would you right now, hand on heart, you El Neni, Sambi, or
No,
Jorginho
no.
in your team to
Listen,
replace any one of Xhaka
Canners,
or
I'm asking you to tell me that when you watch Jorginho play, you see the same style of play, you see the same footballer, you see the same guy doing the same, having the same technical and physical strengths and weaknesses that Thomas Partey does. That's what I'm
Name
asking
me
you to
another
do.
player in the Premiership that has that.
technical
I'm not asking you.
ability. Yeah.
I'm not asking.
Okay, let me
Canners,
technical.
respectfully, let me tell you what you're doing. You're saying he's been here, he's done this, he's won stuff with Italy, he's won stuff with Chelsea. I get all of that, but what I'm asking is about his style of play, bro. I'm not asking about what he's won and his experience. I'm asking about how he plays football.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay. So how he plays football and what I see right this year, and I've actually, obviously all the home games, well, all the Premiership, I see what Partey does and what he tries to do, and you can see the patterns of play. What Partey tries to do, basically, right, is as much as possible tries to get the ball off either the keeper or one of the back two, be it Saliba or Gabriel, right? That is basically what happens. We need a player. Sambi is not it. That can take the ball off either Gabriel, Ramsdale, or Saliba. Sambi can't do it. El Neni, my heart is sometimes in my mouth with him on the ball, collecting the ball for one of those three. I know, and I've seen the way that Jorginho plays. He would be more, for me, in my opinion, comfortable. I'll be more comfortable with him receiving the ball off one of those three players to start off an attack for us. This is what a Partey does. Fair enough. Yeah, there are deficiencies from a physical standpoint, but bloody hell, the guy is a beast. Partey is a beast, right? And also we've just seen his speed is ridiculous now as well. But the thing is, Partey is someone that sometimes it is once in a time that you're going to get. I don't know if there's any other players like that in the Premiership.
Can you
But
let me ask you a question.
getting the ball, and what Arteta wants to do basically is get the ball to a player who can start basically plays for us from the back. That is what I feel is what Arteta sees Jorginho to do for us.
Thomas, let me ask you a question. Can you tell me anything about the 4 games that we've lost in all competitions this season?
I can tell you, obviously, the straight away the Friday one, yeah, Partey wasn't involved.
So the first one was against Man United, yeah?
Partey wasn't involved.
Okay. The second one was against PSV.
Partey wasn't involved.
And can you tell me about the third one when we played against Brighton in the Carabao Cup?
Partey wasn't involved. That's telling me that the people we got at the club are not good enough to do anything that he's done.
What it tells me is...
That's what it's telling me.
What I'm trying to say is the specificity, yeah, of how he carries out that role.
Okay, I don't think it's the you're saying that unless we clone a Thomas Partey, we're going to keep on losing games if Thomas Partey is not fit. Is that what you're telling me?
No, what I'm trying to say.
I'm saying is that unless we get someone who can actually control the ball and play the ball from the back, from one of those taking the ball forward.
But that's not all the Partey does. That's not all he does.
I know that's not all what Partey does, but it's a big thing of what he does and how we actually set up. Listen, if we're attacking, we're never going to concede, right? If we can control the ball, we're never going to concede.
But if we can't press with the same level of intensity that we do with Partey in
Look
our
at how
midfield,
many interceptions
no,
has
bro,
compared to Partey.
bro. What we're talking about is having to completely change the dynamic to accommodate Jorginho. Yeah, for our midfield to function in the same way. Yeah, because with Partey and the way that he presses, this allows Xhaka to stay further forward, along with Odegaard being behind him. Yeah, and that's because Partey offers that security in this attribute area in terms of the athleticism of him being able to cover the breadth of the pitch. Yeah, when the transitions are ending up more to one side or the left hand or the right hand side, because he has that mobility in his game and that athleticism to be able to cover ground in that way. Jorginho simply isn't giving you this, bro. Yeah. So whilst I appreciate in the build up in the early phases, he can drop between the centre backs or between the defence and the midfield line, pick up the ball and progress it up the pitch. I never questioned any of that.
Do you know what? I would say Sambi's more athletic than Jorginho. So that's a moot point.
Please let me land.
Sambi is more athletic than Jorginho,
no,
but he hasn't got it up there.
Please let me land, please.
No, but King, the thing is though, King,
please let me land. Please let me finish, bro. Let me finish. Yeah, right.
Because you can't be so negative on this, man.
Listen, I never questioned his ability to progress the ball throughout the lines into the final third. I know that Jorginho is one of the best in this, yeah. But what I said, and which no one has addressed, yeah, is why is it not a coincidence, yeah, that Jorginho's effectiveness and his value to Chelsea has diminished the moment that Kante is not playing next to him, yeah? It's because all of these deficiencies that I'm describing to you are what Kante covered up, yeah? In terms of the attribute and the skill gaps, yeah? Kante was the guy that was covering the ground, yeah? That was able to cover the breadth of the pitch, that was able to support him, yeah, with his lack of athleticism by providing that for him so that Jorginho could be effective as a playmaker, as a regista, as a guy that was progressing the ball into the final third. He was the guy that was giving Jorginho the time and the space. And when you look at Italy as well, it was the same thing when he had Barella and when he had Verratti and when he had Locatelli next to him with Italy in the Euros. If you don't have these kind of players next to him, yeah, and Xhaka and Jorginho both lack the mobility, yeah. So this will put stress on Odegaard if you try and play him as a 6, yeah, in terms of when the transitions break down in the 3-2-5 or the 2-3-5 build-up structure that we have with the ball in the final third, yeah, effectively what you're going to have, yeah, is if that ball gets played over the top. I don't know if you remember when Man United drew with Chelsea last season, yeah, where Man United had barely even affected Chelsea's goal, man. They play one ball into midfield, yeah, over the top at Sancho's feet, yeah. I mean, and it comes to Jorginho's feet, and Sancho just pressed him, bypassed him, ran the half length of the pitch and scored the equaliser.
Yeah, but listen, that's just one thing. It's like
this
everybody makes mistakes.
About,
listen, the thing is though, Partey got nuts by bloody Rashford, and Rashford scored. And what? Well, I don't understand what you're trying to say.
How often are we talking about Partey mistakes? And if you look in the last 12 to 18 months... I
don't watch Chelsea, so I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't watch Chelsea I don't watch him that tight to say he makes a whole lot of mistakes. But what I have seen in Chelsea...
number more where... And it's not Jorginho's fault. I'm not saying he's a bad player. What I'm saying is, if you're going to get a player, yeah, then just make sure they're the correct profiles, because that's what's got us this far.
I think
sacrificed on a profile here, like in terms of we've said that we can get by putting someone in that position.
I don't think that's correct.
That doesn't have the same things. That doesn't have the same thing as the first 11 player does. Now, at least with Sambi, his profile is closer to.
But bro, he's not working, man.
Let me finish, Cameron. Let me finish.
No, but you've been talking so long.
Let me finish, Cameron.
And now it's getting to the point where it's really frustrating now.
Let me finish, Connors. Yeah.
It really is.
However, Sambi's profile was more akin to Partey's, but the quality isn't. Yeah. At least I can say
It's
that.
more than
The
that,
quality
and
is not there.
mentally, he's not there.
I don't know where you get this mentality issue from, bro.
Did you not watch their goal against us on Friday? What he was doing? Tell me what he was doing.
How is that a mentality issue? Man?
Because he doesn't know where he's supposed to be.
What? No, so basically, a player who's 23, who was 22, I think, when he came in, who's never had a run of games, bro.
How long are we going to keep on with that argument?
Wait. Sorry.
He doesn't train every day.
I'm sorry.
He doesn't train.
I'm sorry.
Arteta's one of the best coaches, as we know. Arteta will be working with someone day in, day out. This is why the likes of Odegaard, Martinelli, Saka, all those players have got better. Arteta's working with them every day. If Sambi has anything about him, with Arteta working with him every day, obviously, okay, do you know what? He's seen something in training where it's like he's not quite ready, he's not quite getting it. He plays him in the game because he has to, because there's no Nani, and Partey now has to go injured. And the goal has what they conceded has just basically it's reaffirmed his ideas that he's not ready to play.
I'm sorry. All right, so not ready to play, yeah, but a mentality issue. You're describing two different things here, yeah? So let me give you an... Wait, Canis, you've got to let me talk. Canis, you've got to let me talk, yeah?
No, because the thing is, it's like, I'm trying to finish what I'm saying to you, because you're saying that you make a statement, and then you're not letting someone else come in and say anything. So you said, I'm telling you it's a mentality thing, because he's working with him. This is where we're going. I'm trying to tell you something.
It's an experience one. Why is it why does it have to be a mentality one? Why does he have to have the wrong mentality?
Week in, week out at Anderlecht. He was their captain.
At Anderlecht. So wait, Anderlecht. So
yes, he was their captain. So you're trying to tell me?
No, wait. Sorry, Canis. The moment you're trying to compare playing for Anderlecht, yeah, and playing for Arsenal Football Club, playing with the greatest respect to Anderlecht, by the way, they are a big club. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they're a tiny club. I'm not saying they're a small club. I'm not saying that the Belgium league is a minor league, but it's not one of Europe's top 5, bro. Yeah, and they're not the third biggest club in England, which is the biggest footballing nation in the world. You know, the Premier League being the biggest league, the most watched league outside of the country in the world.
Just say what you need to say.
Let's not compare the two. That's apples and pears. The second thing I'm going to say, yeah, when Salah wasn't ready, yeah, what happened to him?
He went on loan.
Okay.
But the thing is, he had the mentality. Listen, let me finish. You asked me a question. You asked me a question. Let me respond. Let me respond.
When I finish, then I'll let you respond. When I finish, I'll let you respond.
This is obviously just a king show.
Salah went out on loan, yeah, because he wasn't ready, and we accepted that as a fan base. We accepted. Well, we weren't happy with it. Actually, we thought he was ready. We thought that the gaffer thought he was ready. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, when he wasn't, he went and got a loan. Marquinhos has just gone out and got a loan. Yeah, there are so many players that have gone out and got loans, but because Sambi Lokonga hasn't been loaned out, that's his fault, and that must mean he's got a mentality issue.
No,
I just don't like that narrative, bro. Like, is he ready for Arsenal Football Club? No, but why does that mean that he has a mentality issue? Like, no, he's just not ready because we brought him in and we expected him to be, and he wasn't. When Tavares wasn't, we loaned him out. There's plenty of other players that when we realised that their quality and their experience wasn't quite ready for the first team, we loaned them out. Why is that a mentality issue on the players' part?
Of course it is, because mentality comes into the whole development of a player, King.
What?
Yeah, the know-how how to play your position comes into it. That's a mentality thing. That's not just a physical thing. You have to know.
Saliba had the wrong mentality.
Saliba had the wrong mentality.
Saliba had the wrong mentality. I'm trying to understand that Saliba must have had the wrong mentality because he was loaned out. So he didn't have the right mentality when he came in at Arsenal Football Club.
No, he learnt it.
Okay, thank you. So he learned the mentality, or he learned
his position. He learned his position.
Yeah. And how did he do that?
Bro? And how do you do that? Is that just from physically just running around like an egghead,
or
thinking about it?
Going out.
It's mentality then.
No, it's not really. It's not.
Oh my good grief!
It's not. Your mentality here is how up for a game you are. Like how.
No, it's not.
How mentally prepared you are for a game.
There's so many facets to your mentality.
If you're not playing game in, game out, yeah, then there will be a question of like my confidence is going to be in question here because I'm just being brought in sporadically and just expected to do a job, bro. Like that's hard for a player, bro. He should have gone out on loan at the beginning of this season.
What
and that
did
was
they used to
something I
say
was
about
saying.
Theo Walcott? What did they say about him?
I don't know.
What did they say about him? All the pundits, what did they say about him? He hasn't got a footballing brain.
Yeah.
Tell me what that means.
But he had plenty of opportunities.
Tell me what it means.
He had plenty of opportunities.
Tell me what it means. If he don't have a footballing brain, what does that mean?
Are you gonna let me answer the question, or like?
But you're saying.
Lads,
you want me to answer it, or what? I'm confused. What that meant, was over time, over a cumulative number of years, he had an opportunity to develop one and didn't. But we are not talking about someone over a cumulative number of years who has had time to develop.
How long has Sam been with us? 2 years?
No. We bought him the summer before last, bruv. Like, he's barely been with us 18 months.
And has he improved?
Has he improved as a player? Like,
that's my question. Has he improved as a player?
How does someone improve as a player when they don't do a stretch of 10 games? 10 consecutive games.
Right, guys.
I'm confused. Like,
can I jump in?
I'm not trying to defend Sambi here, like, because
I'm trying to explain to you that we have a chance to get someone in better than Sambi. Why not do it, regardless where it's from?
But listen, if you're saying Sambi is that bad, then what you're saying is the bar is that low.
I'm not just saying just Sambi, and then he's that bad as well.
Okay, so Canis, you gotta let me finish, bro. Please, I beg you, man. I beg you, let me finish, bro. If you're saying the bar for these players is on the floor, then equally what you're saying is the bar to improve must be very high, though. Like, look,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying yes, the bar is low for those players, but Jorginho is above that bar.
Yeah, but there are many other players that are above that bar. Like,
you don't know that. You're assuming because the names you gave, nobody knows those in the Premiership. I'm giving you a player that's done something in the Premiership.
He's done what in the Premiership? Has he won the Premiership?
Wow.
I'll be honest. King, let me go quickly. I'll be honest.
He won the Premier League though, because you thought he had won the Premier League and he hadn't. So that's the thing,
King, it doesn't matter if he's won the Premier League or not. Like the names you called have much higher ceilings now, so they're great prospects for the future. And I'm not saying Sambi Lukonga can't be of that same level in 2-3 years' time. He might be a world beater in 2-3 years' time. We're talking 19 games. That's all we need. 19 games. So bringing in someone unproven who could have an impact like Sambi Lukonga has doesn't make sense for these 19 games. Long term, yes, them names you called may make sense for Arsenal because Partey's still fit. We've got Partey for another 3-4 years. We can allow them boys to develop for 3-4 years. We're talking. Hold on, let me finish. We're talking 19 games. If we were third, if we were in Man United's position right now, I don't feel we signed Jorginho because we're outside chance of winning the league. So actually, it would be, we can make do with what we got. Let's get top 4. We go for our main targets in the summer. We are 19 games away. We're 5 points clear with a game in hand. We need them players who are going to come in now, hit the ground running, just like Trossard's going to do. Hit the ground running. They know the league. Let's go and secure this title. That's why Jorginho makes sense. If we was in Man United's position, we do not go and get Jorginho because the need wouldn't be so great. What Canis is saying is, at this moment in time, if Partey, you went for it, the thing is, King, your arguments are actually backing up Canis. We've lost every game as such. Every game we've lost, Partey hasn't really been in the game. He played against City, we're drawing 0-0. He comes off, we lose. So right about now, we need to stop that trend. By buying in unproven players, that trend might not stop this season. So actually, not saying Jorginho meets the physical criteria of Partey, 100%. But El Neni and Sambi, as you said, are more likened to Partey's stature, and we're losing games when these lot are playing and Partey's not. So actually, what it shows you is the technical ability of Partey's game, which is actually winning us the games. It's not the physical of Partey. It helps. Partey's main attributes actually for Arsenal are when we have the ball. Jorginho, when we have the ball, is unbelievable. Chelsea, like we said earlier, Kante, yes, he done the physical. Jorginho played the football. They play with a 2-man midfield. We play with 3/4. So the overrunning of him might not be as evident in this Arsenal team because we have 4-man in there. Zinchenko comes in, Odegaard's there, and Xhaka's there. We have plenty of players there to help him with the physical side. So as I was saying, Partey doesn't get injured, he might not even start a game for the rest of the season. But his experience and know-how, again, what do you think he's going to bring to the dressing room over a young player? He's going to bring so much more to the dressing room. Like, we got to start looking at this as in, this is now going to be our centre midfielder for the next 5 years. He's not that. His job is 19 games. He might even leave in the summer and go to Italy. You never know. This might just be, right, let me get you through these 19 games. Let's see if we can win this league together. Then I might bounce Milan. I might bounce Juve. Who knows what his plan is? But we're talking 19 games. That's what we're talking, 19 games. And for me, buying an inexperienced player now doesn't make no sense, because we need to be, again, yes, long term, that player may be brilliant for us, but you never know. But what I don't want to do, we spoke on the stream the other day. I said, if we can't get the player we want, I want a Premiership player, because
there are other proven players.
100%. Who says it's going to be easy to get Ndidi? And what we end up doing, we end up spending 40 million on Ndidi, who technically on the ball is not as good as Jorginho. So now you're talking about a player. But again, wait, let me finish. So that 40 million on him comes off the 40 million budget in the summer. Now all of a sudden, now we don't get Declan Rice. We now have to get someone who's a bit less. So do you know what? 19 games. Let me secure this up, and then I'll go and get the big targets again. We might even go back in for Caicedo in the summer. It might be a bit cheaper. But if we spend 40 million now on a player, we then maybe can't afford to get that player and the winger or striker we want. So it's just about 19 games. It's all it's about. Whether it's a loan or a transfer fee, it's 19 games. And if this is what it takes to get us over the line, we might win the league, we might not. Partey might not get injured, we still might not win the league. But I'd much rather go with this experience option than go with someone who doesn't know the league and is a youngster and may come in and not actually be even as good as Sambi Lokonga at this moment in time, because we don't know. Everything you do is a risk and a chance in football. But I'll put my money on a risk with someone who proved and done it in the Premier League than somebody who doesn't know it. Yeah, and you called some players earlier. You spoke about Martinelli, Saka, AFSR, all them boys there. It's taken them 3 years to get to this level now.
Yeah.
They're not. You can see the potential. You can see the potential in them players when they came in, but we was still going on runs where we lose 3 games in a row.
I would have
fifth. You can't deny it.
I would have rather taken that risk for the longer term. Yeah, which is in the longer term.
You're talking 6 months, which we could be talking 5 years.
Is anyone going to let me finish a sentence?
Go on. Yeah. I'm bouncing in a second, but Gary.
Yeah. So I would have rather taken that risk in the longer term to have been like, you know what, same as last season, we fell short with these boys, but you can see progressively that these guys are going to get better and better. Yeah, like with Trossard, he's 28. Yeah, so he's like in his prime. So I understand that, yeah, because he's like actually in his prime. Yeah, but with Jorginho, he's too north of the prime for me to see that. Yeah.
Quick question.
With all the other ramifications I gave about Chelsea, yeah, I just look at the Premier League of experienced players. I look at other leagues of experienced players. I look at the whole world. I look at a plethora of experienced players that could have come in and brought what Jorginho did. They just didn't have to be Jorginho, man.
So was your problem Jorginho, or was it that fact we're buying from Chelsea?
It's both. I've explained it fully. I'll lay my question in the beginning of the program.
My question for you is, do you think we'll be sitting in this position, hopefully, touch wood, fingers crossed, we're in this position again next year, but do you think we're going to be in this position again next year? Chelsea have just done a madness, so they're going to be coming back strong. United are improving. If they could get a couple of players in the summer, they're going to be fighting. City will get better. We may not have a better opportunity to win this Premier League. And yes, long term, we're going to be here every year fighting, and we will be here every year fighting. But long term, next year, we might not have this opportunity again where leaving end of January with 5 points clear with a game in hand. We may never ever be in this position again. So
let me answer your question, bro.
Go on.
If Chelsea were in this position, yeah, and they were us. Wait. If Chelsea were in this position, if they were in our position, they wouldn't have lost Mudryk. They wouldn't have lost out on Mudryk. Yeah, they would have got him. Because they would have known.
Yeah, but you're just changing the question. That's not my question. My question is,
they would have known that, as you said, we might not be in this position again in a year or two. Yeah, they're ruthless, bro. They've always been ruthless. I don't like that club. I hate that club. Bunch of fucking London Cowboys. Yeah, but they're ruthless. When they need to do something, yeah, they do it. They don't
So,
fucking
all
ask
right.
questions.
Okay,
They
so
just
you
fucking
say
do it,
that. So hold on.
right? They just
So
do it.
if
Simple,
Chelsea
like
signed
Nike, bro.
recently
That's
doing
what
a
you might as well
Aubameyang
call
and
them. You
Sterling.
might as well call them the do it like Nike club, because they just do it, bro. Yeah. They
Chris,
wouldn't have lost out on. No, wait. Wait. I'm not funny. I'm not finished, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not finished.
but you're
Sorry, bro.
talking like they
No,
didn't sign
I'm not
Aubameyang
finished.
and
I'm not
Sterling.
finished. I'm not finished, bro.
You're talking like they haven't signed
I'm
Aubameyang and
not
Sterling
finished, bro.
last
I'm not
year.
finished, man.
So
I'm
what
not
are you
finished.
talking about?
Listen,
talking
they wouldn't
about?
have lost out on that transfer. They would have gone and got him. Simple, yeah. They wouldn't.
Okay.
They then wouldn't have come to us to do their shopping, yeah.
Bro, you're just talking so long-winded right now. There's no need for it.
Look at the players they bought, bro. Yeah. Look at the players
this
they
is
bought,
window.
bro.
That's because
Yes,
they're
that's this window, bro.
rebuilding. Because they're
Look what's gonna keep happening.
rebuilding.
Look what's going to keep happening.
Chris.
Yeah,
Chris.
our opportunity to
Chris.
gain some, to make
Chris, I
some
beg you
real
for 1
headlight
second. Let me
between us
talk.
and them. And we're
Chris,
umming and ahhing about making payments.
Chris, let me show you where they're wrong. Let me show you you're wrong. Because under Tuchel, Chris, let me tell you where you're wrong. Because under Tuchel, they thought they could probably go on and win the league. So in the summer, they added Raheem Sterling and Aubameyang. They added them two, which they thought would carry them over the line. Once that's failed, they've changed their structure and they've now gone for younger players. So what are you talking about? Chelsea in the summer thought they're in the position that we're in right now. They thought they were going for a new touch. Right? What they thought they needed is that goal scorer, an experienced goal scorer. So they got Aubameyang and they got Sterling, two experienced players. They've only now changed the model to go for youngsters because it's failed. So you're saying Chelsea in our position would have done this. Chelsea could have gone and got youngsters, but they didn't win their experience. But again, there's sometimes
players that are failing them, and they won't fail us, bro. We'll take the experienced players that have failed them to the tune of having them in 10th, but they won't fail us in the title race.
Jorginho hasn't. Listen, you go like it's not a whole collective. We've got one player for the team who hasn't. He's done wonders for them over the years. So I'm not going to put it on again. You're better than that. You know systems play a big part.
Has he done wonders for them this year?
You don't play like Jorginho is the one reason why Chelsea are failing this year. You know better than that.
Have you watched him this year, bro? Has he done wonders for them this year?
Do Chelsea play like Arsenal?
No, but has he been a good player?
Who's
been good at Chelsea?
We're digressing big time here because the thing is, guys, it's like, look,
who's been good at Chelsea?
No one.
Yeah, exactly.
Conor Gallagher was a world beater last year. He's done nothing this year. Chelsea are just they're sliding, so they're having a bad year. Doesn't mean their players are bad.
We'll win this league, bro. That's all I'm saying, man.
We might not win it anyway, with or without him. But I'm sure we've got a better position right now with him than we do without him. That's what it comes down to. Is there better players out there? Yes, probably. It's easy to get them out. Not always.
We have now gone into the second half of the season. Yeah. Lulling ourselves into this false sense of security. Their party gets injured. Yeah. Jorginho in that pivot is going to be a viable alternative. And I want to be wrong. I'll sit here at the end of the season and say I was wrong if I'm proven wrong. But looking at his profile, looking at how he plays, looking at what the deficiencies were in why he no longer was effective in Chelsea's system, we don't have the bodies in midfield to be able to hold his hand. Yeah, because
have I not just gone through that? We play over 4, they play over 2. It's completely different systems, bro. You're just looking at it like it's Football Manager or Blasting FIFA. It's completely different, bro. Like, you know better than that, Chris. You know better than that.
They've been playing with a 3, bro. They've been playing with a midfield 3 all season. They haven't played with a 2.
They play 5 at the back. Majority, and when they do play with 4, you're talking about players who aren't helping him, innit? Like Mason Mount doesn't want to defend. Gallagher's been playing in a double pivot, and that's not his position. Like, you've seen what he done at Palace when he was given freedom. Like I said, Chelsea have had a bad season. You can't put it on individual players. It doesn't mean their players are bad. They're just having a bad season. Man United finished second and then had a bad season. Now they're coming back. Some of them players it's a whole collective.
Why does Bruno look better?
The fullbacks, they haven't had fullbacks all season, so they haven't.
That even at 31 is mobile.
Do you know? You sound like that was not really typical, but you know, I remember when England played Italy and we was talking about, Pirlo can't move, Rooney's going to have a field day, blah, blah. And Pirlo gave him absolute lesson, paces and everything. Yes, I understand.
No, but who was next to Pirlo? Why are you bringing Pirlo? No, I didn't say none of that.
I didn't say you. I said the mentality we have sometimes is when the man can't run, he's not a good footballer.
But who was next to Pirlo in those games? Huh? Who was next to Pirlo in those games?
Doesn't matter, because what I'm showing you is... Wait, you don't let me finish. So the talk was Pirlo can't do what Pirlo does because Rooney as the 10 will deal with him. Yeah, so it wasn't about Pirlo defensively. It was about Pirlo being on the ball. We said to stop Italy playing, you have to stop Pirlo playing. Rooney couldn't get close to him because the IQ is just too great.
No, it wasn't just that. Who was playing next to Pirlo?
Right. So if Rooney's man marking Pirlo, yeah. The objective was stop Pirlo from playing football. It wasn't about Pirlo stopping you from playing football. The objective of Rooney. It doesn't matter because Pirlo still orchestrated the game with the ball at his feet.
So you're telling me that Pirlo could be the same effective player, yeah, in the midfield when he didn't have either Marquisio or Pogba or Vidal next to him?
When did Pogba play for Italy?
No, but I'm talking about when he played at Juve.
I'm talking about. Let's just all come up for air for 1 second. Just Bobby, I'm not sure. Am I allowed to say anything? Am I allowed to?
Yeah, it's on Twitter, so it's being talked about. So okay, Cido's in London.
Wherever that means, I don't know if he's in West London or North London or wherever, but he's in London at the moment.
And it's one of the big people have been talking about that he's now in London on transfer deadline day. Right. So will he try and force this move through now? So saying it's to us or to Chelsea, it could be to Chelsea as well.
Would that temper you then, King, if it was a case of if he came in along with Jorginho? Because then that would possibly negate the whole Xhaka and Jorginho kind of issue that you're potentially saying that we have. If we had Cido and Jorginho and Odegaard in the middle, if that was a combination.
Fine, but again, I just don't see the why we need both of them. We needed one, and it was Cido.
We need two centre mids, in my opinion.
More.
Yeah,
we need two, bro.
El Nenny's out for the season. Sambi's not good enough.
No,
we can't rely on Partey because don't forget the game's going to come thick and fast in March again.
Yeah.
It'll be like every 3 or 4 days. So I think we needed
Vieira and ESR can play as 8 in our system.
He's not ready. He physically, now I would say physically, he's not ready.
I'm back on tonight. I'm back on tonight.
I'll be on tonight too. I tell you.
What I was going to say is there were two 8 roles in our system. Yeah, the deeper one that Odegaard plays, I would be inclined to agree. But the one that's further forward, where Xhaka is pushed into the final third, with Odegaard and Partey positioned deeper behind him, doing a lot of work. Vieira and ESR, I believe, can 100% play in that role. Yeah, so that's two credible. Wait, sorry, please. That's 2 credible backups for that position. Yeah, right. So when you look at the Odegaard one and the Partey one, like for me, Partey is more essential because he has shown more of a propensity to get injured. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he's shown a much bigger propensity to get injured than Odegaard has.
Yeah, I just think Partey is more important because you take him out of the team, we lose so much.
We lose everything. We haven't
got players that do anything near to what he does in our squad right now. If we lose Partey, we have no other player that can take the ball off those 3 players that I mentioned. Ramsdale, Gabriel, or Saliba. We have no player that's comfortably that you can sit here and say, I'm comfortable with him receiving the ball with a player up his ass.
I think what people really are getting twisted in my assertion about Partey, for me, yes, Partey can drop deep, receive the ball, progress it into the opposition's half. But for me, the more important thing that Partey can do, is allow that line to be high. Yeah, like the midfielders in front of him to push further forward, and to then the Odegaard is able to try and win the ball higher up the pitch because he knows if this guy bypasses my press, that Partey man is coming, and he is coming at you. You saw how quickly Partey came at Anthony, when he bypassed the press. Partey ate up so much ground, the speed to be able to cut off that run and get in front of Anthony. Jorginho's not doing that, bro. He's not doing that. He's not doing that.
Neither is Sambi or Nenny, to be fair. Neither of those 2 players are doing that.
This part is 100 times more important. I'm not saying it's what Partey does better, but I'm saying for our system, it's 100 times more important, bro. The ground he covers.
I agree.
The
It is an
athleticism
important part of the way
and
we
the
play.
tenacity of which he can win the ball. Yes, he's a better passer. Yes, he's more effective in the way he uses the ball. And yes, his press resistance. Those are the three attributes I think that are Partey's best. However, the most important ones to our system, yeah, are his ball winning, yeah, and his ability to do so, yeah, very high up the pitch to allow everyone else to stay higher and for them to all feel secure that if they are bypassed, yeah, in their box pressing, then it's Partey who is able to cover the distance, cover the ground, and then effectively press that person afterwards.
I don't believe that's personally. I don't think that's Partey's main thing. For me, what Partey does what he brings to the team, what Partey brings to the team for me is his calmness when he has the ball. His calmness and that resistance to pick a pass when he is being pressed, or to do something a little bit out of the ordinary when he is being pressed to get us out of trouble. That for me is what separates, and I don't think we have any other player in midfield that can do that in our squad today. And that for me, when I see, I think it was our second goal against Tottenham. If you see what he did, just with one little swivel and a pass, Partey did. This is nothing with him cutting out a ball or whatever. It was getting a knockdown from Saliba and playing the ball. He took out 3 players with one pass. We haven't got one single player in our squad, who plays in that position that can do that. With regards to the reason also as well, while we do play a high line and while we're able to play a high line, it's probably because we've got the 2 fastest centre backs in the Premier League. No, there's a couple of times I've seen Saliba break into a full sprint, and trust me, this guy is rapid. Gabriel as well is no slouch.
United.
Sorry?
The two fastest centre backs in the Premier League played against United, yeah?
I would put them up there as one of the,
No. I agree with you, Canis, but what I'm saying is the 2 fastest centre backs in the Premier League played at Old Trafford against Man United.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you look at, we controlled that game. Yeah, but the counter transitions, counter transitioning of Man United for the last 2 goals, yeah, showed that for all the quickness that Saliba and Gabriel have, if they do not have that midfield protection in front of them in these transitions, when it matters, they'll be exposed.
The only counter to that is that we was probably pushed up because we was going for the equaliser and we was chasing the game. That's the only caveat I would put to that. But I understand you saying, we was a bit naive. We was a bit too naive. But the only thing I'd say to that is like Rashford is lightning fast, and the fact that we were pushing forward, to equalise or get something out of the game. For me, it kind of that's a little bit of an asterisk behind that statement what you just made. But I totally get what you're saying. I just feel that we haven't got anyone comfortable with the ball really in midfield, and I think Jorginho is probably Arteta's looked at Jorginho and said, you know what, he's available. It's a stopgap, as Gums has said. We've got 19 games left. Okay, he might not play any of those 19 games. He might just play the Europa League games. Hey, listen, I'd have him in the Europa League team. Give Partey a rest for the Prem. That for me would work out neatly. Give him a rest on the Thursday night. Partey can play on a Sunday. He then gets a whole week rest. But the more and more deeper we go into the cups like Europa, the more we're going to need players like Jorginho to come in and do a job. And actually, I think we can win both. Why can't we win both? But we need, in my opinion, 2 centre midfielders. And I think with the talk about us trying to get Declan Rice in the summer, we're going to need all the money possible to get that over the actual line. And the thing is, for a 10 million fee, a 10 million fee, and wage bracket, which is very much within our realms of, he's run of the mill, he's average. I think it makes sense, to be honest, as a stopgap that provides and gives us something. I actually think he's a decent purchase. Yes, it's Chelsea. I get that. And you know what? The thing is, it can be switched around two ways. He might say to himself, "Do you know what? I've got something to prove. They deem me surplus to requirements. I'll show them. I'll show them what I can do at Arsenal. Blah blah blah." Or you know what? It might then happen that it's another Willian. But look,
it's another case where it's like, look, I'm not playing. Yeah, I'll go to a place where, you know, apparently the bar to be on the pitch seems lower. You know, like where effectively,
you think?
You know, well, look, I mean, they're 10th.
Yeah,
he's not getting in their team.
Yeah, but we're first. So then, you know, he himself has another challenge to say, do you know what? I can get another. I can get a Premier League medal here, and I have. Okay, could you? I don't know, but I haven't got a Premier League medal yet. So here's my chance. I'm going to do whatever I can. See, I don't know. For me, that's the kind of mentality I'd want as a player, and I think that he is that type of person to have that mentality to kind of say, I'm going to show you. I'm going to train my hardest. I want to be in this team. I'm going to show you what I got and stick two fingers up at Chelsea. As a professional, that would be my mentality. If I'm deemed surplus to requirements somewhere, I'm looking to stick two fingers up at the team that's sold me.
I'm probably deemed as one of the most optimistic, and defensive, towards this regime, when it comes to the PR source, I'm not drinking on this one, bro.
I'm trying to be devil's advocate here, and I'm trying to kind of listen. You get players from whatever walk of life. At his age, I'm pretty sure he has a very professional mentality, and I don't think, and I know that they do their homework on players.
I'm sorry, look, the one thing that we've not spoken about at all on this show, right, is for me. Yeah, and I don't want to point fingers at anyone. I don't want to say Edu or Vinay or Richard Garlick, who was brought in to help us negotiate with transfers, with agents and so on and so forth. I don't want to point at any of these guys, bro. Yeah, but we can look at a lot of players, bro. We can look at a lot of players. We can look at the Buendias that chose Aston Villa over us, Well, the fee that Aston Villa offered to pay, they offered to pay more up front, and they offered to not stagger as many of the payments, so they would have received the money.
Did we actually make a bid? I'm asking the question. Did we actually make a bid?
I'm really sorry, man. You've got to let me finish. Yeah.
But you're coming up with stuff which I'm asking the question because I need to know the particulars, the facts. We can't deal in kind of things where we think, it may have been, may have done that. Let's deal with facts.
Can you please let me finish?
Let's keep it with facts.
Can you please let me finish?
We'll deal with facts then.
Yeah. Right. So what happened, right, is they offered to pay more money up front. Yeah.
Than who?
Than we did.
How do you know? Do you know that?
It's documented. Like loads of people.
I've not seen that we made a bid.
Oh my god.
Bro, deal with facts.
Yeah. So Ornstein, Fabrizio, all of these people said that the reason that the deal broke down, was because they were prepared to pay more money up front quickly. Yeah. Which is a hallmark similarity of what we've seen with Mudryk. Yeah. Okay, Locatelli and Vlahovic, I understand they were shoot for the moon transfers, where it's like, like we are really trying to punch above because we know that's the quality we need to go to the next level. And we weren't in the same position then as we are now. Fair enough. I can accept that. But we're first now, man. Yeah. And we have been comfortably, for a long time. The whole of this season, And we're going at our transfer targets and we're dillying and we're divering. And it's like, like Gumza was saying to me, and guess what? I have to hold my hands up. He was saying, can't we go in for these players quicker? Aren't there certain parts here where like you bid 60 million, up front, then you bid 70 million by adding a 10 million in additional add-ons when they told you the price is 80, and it's for 3-4 days before the window. You know they're not going to budge, but you're trying to make them budge. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just like, look, if you've left it this late in the window, just put the fucking money on the table. Because what's happened now is by the time we got up to 80 million, we've pissed them off so much, that they're like, listen, our principle, we're just going to keep him until the summer now because you've left us even less time to get a replacement. Yeah. And when we told you the price was 80, you've tried to come at it like, no, what about 65? What about 70? What about 75? Yeah. And in the end, you didn't even reach the valuation, bro. Yeah. Now, these things aren't on Arteta, bro. Yeah. For me, I'm asking questions, yeah, where it's like, if this is what we're doing when we're first, yeah, when winning the title should mean that much to us, yeah, and this is how we're moving. Are we serious as a football club? Because I tell you, Man United, you said if we were in Man United's position, let me tell you what Man United would do in our position. They'll cough up the dough, fam. Yeah, they'll be like, you know what, we got a title to win. Yeah, we'll negotiate with our title win later. Yeah, we're not going to negotiate with these men right now because we got a fucking title to win. Yeah, big club business. That is what I get banned for all the time by Omondi. All these men. You say you're a big club, but you know what? When it comes to being a big club, when it comes to doing what big clubs do, you just don't do it.
I have to agree.
Canners,
2017, bro. All we have to do is buy a fucking striker, yeah? Be a big club. Go out and get a fucking striker. What did we do? Where did that get us?
The thing is, though, I'm conflicted with that. The thing is, though, it's like if you want to buy a car and you know, you go to Auto Trader, you know, you go and see the car, you kick the tires, whatever it is, the car's up for $5,000. You say, do you know what? I've got £4,200 cash. Take it or leave it. What are you saying? Or you're just going to give him the $5,000 straight up? You're going to negotiate. It doesn't matter. You're going to negotiate because you're always going to want a better deal. That's just standard. You can't go, yeah, of course, Brighton are probably asking 80 for this guy, but really and truly, is he worth 80? You're going to go and ask and say, you're going to say you think, whatever, 60, straight up, 5 or 10 million pound in add-ons. Why not? They might just think that might be the figure that they wanted or they thought they would get. Whenever you're selling something, there's always a number that you want. That you don't always say, okay, I don't care, whatever happens, I'm holding out for $5,000 or whatever it is for this car, no matter what. You always have a figure of that. Do you know what? If I can get $5,000, great. However, I'd accept X amount, whatever. So you can't always go in, but I understand what you're saying. Trust me, I do. And there is, yeah, there are things, whether it is factual or not, where we're 5 million out on certain players or whatever, they're the ones that kind of really kind of rile me up. Unless we're like 10, 15 million out, I get it. But it's the ones where we're 5 million in add-ons or the structure of the last 5 million. We
undernard at 5 additional million to get Kante. We go right the way back to Ashley Cole. We undernard over paying him 5,000 extra a week for him to go to Chelsea. Yeah, you understand where my PTSD with this club comes from? Yeah, right. And it's the same shit, bro. Like now we're actually we struggled for these last 2 decades, yeah, to be in this position of ascendancy over them now, yeah, and it just seems like we are not doing enough to capitalize on it.
I don't know about that.
That's what it feels like to me, bro.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, this is not how they're behaving. This is not how they would be behaving if they were in our position. Look how they're behaving when they're 9 places, yeah, and 21 points, having played a game more behind us. Look how they're behaving, and look how we're behaving. Is there a difference in behavior? Is there, like, because I've got Man United fans, yeah, turning around. You know what?
Chelsea are desperate right now. They have to throw this money at players.
Listen, please.
But they have to. As you said, they're 21 points behind us and 10.
Please, because what it appears to me, yeah, is this team is this serious about winning, yeah, when they're not winning, yeah, that they will drop 550. I'm not saying they've spent well. I'm not saying they spent correctly. I'm not saying I believe that they have a plan or a structure, and I'm not saying it will necessarily work out for them. But what I will say, at the very least, yeah, is it shows fucking gumption, yeah, shows ambition, yeah, that if there is a target in their way that they want, yeah, they'll go and get them. They'll go and get them. They will go and get them. Yeah, they literally punch from underneath. Yeah, you know in UFC when you're getting ground and pounded. Yeah, they literally punch from underneath, slapped us in the face. I said, Mudrik ain't going you. Yeah, and if this is how we are willing to recede ambition to this club when they're 10th, yeah, what happens when all their transfers that they bought gel in the summer and they are breathing down our necks again? Yeah.
The fact is, though,
it's
how much that the club is desperate for the player.
Let me tell you something, Canners. Yeah, Liverpool demised. Yeah, Liverpool's demise came. Yeah, because last season they played 63 games. Yeah, they played 63 games in all competitions, and they bought into the hype that they could come into this season with that same squad. They stepped off the pot for 1 minute. Yeah, for 1 minute, and we jumped on it. Yeah, and Man United jumped back on it. Yeah, and Newcastle jumped on it. Yeah, all these other teams that are ahead of them have jumped on it. That's what this Premier League is, bro. If you're not shitting, yeah, then man will forcibly remove you from the pot, bro.
But that's what we're doing though. We are buying players.
Who else wanted Jorginho? Who else?
I bet you Man U would take Jorginho because Eriksen now injured for God knows how long.
One club that is trying to do anything serious that went in for Jorginho. Just tell me one, bro.
I'm sure Man U would go for Jorginho. As I said, Eriksen's injured for a good while now.
They didn't. And again, they had limited resources. Yeah.
And that's why they would go. I've had a Man U supporter who's a mate. I just said, "How come we didn't go for him?"
But they didn't, though.
Yeah, because they ain't got the money.
10 million. Man United don't have 10 million.
No. They've got nothing. They've got nothing.
What? What?
They're trying to sell the club.
They've got nothing.
It doesn't mean they don't have 10 million, bro.
Well, no.
If they have to do that
notice, they've got zero money. They've got no money. They can only do loans. They're only going to do loans.
They absolutely have 10 million, bro, because a loan in itself, yeah, doesn't come with no cost, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? When they loaned, what's his name? Yeah. Weghorst, there were agent fees to pay. There was a loan fee to pay.
It's a loan.
There was wages to pay.
You can massage a loan. You can't massage a transfer
fee. There's still a cumulative cost there, bro. And yes, you can massage a transfer fee. You can with amortization. That's literally what Chelsea are doing right now. Amortization literally, yeah, defers the structure of payment for transfer fees over the number of years that the contract is put in place. If we learn nothing from Chelsea this window, we can't massage transfer fees. That's exactly what the fuck they're doing here. Manipulating, massaging transfer fees with amortization.
You can't, yeah, of course, yes, you can, strictly speaking. I'm not saying that you can't massage transfer fees. What I'm saying is that from a loan or actual fee that you have to provide a club is two totally different things.
We have to.
You're talking about agent. You're talking about agent. You're talking about agent fees or whatever. Whatever it is. You can even you can give the bloody the agent say, you know what, hold off for this fee for until July and we'll give you double the amount that you're going to get. But you can't do that with a transfer.
Until we are prepared to behave like a serious club, then I'm telling you, these serious clubs around us.
That argument last year, yes, I expect. Yeah, I would agree. That argument last year, I'd agree with you. But because we was in a chance for Champions League, maybe not the league, but now this is different. We actually are doing bits and we're doing stuff. And the thing is, I think, we're trying to be smart about things. And
so this is the thing. If you said we need ready-made now players, what is Kyogo?
What do you mean?
No,
what level is he proving?
A totally different position, though.
Yeah,
we're talking about needing players that can get us over the line at this stage that are going to be difficult to integrate. Your words, not mine. In the middle of the season, so
I think a lot of people will be shocked by Kivior that he will come in a lot more than we expect him to. He's being paid a lot of money. He's being paid nearly £60,000. That's a lot. That's more than Fabio Vieira is.
Yeah, I mean, with the greatest respect, though, he was playing for Spezia, in Serie A, and he's played some games for Poland. International level, fair enough. But
he played in the World Cup.
But what you're saying to me is we couldn't get a project player. Yeah, he played at the World Cup. He played 4 games at the World Cup, Cameron. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah. But what we're saying is we couldn't bring in a project player for a position like Partey's, but we could for backup for Gabriel.
But we've had this discussion, though, King, in terms of how important a player of having Partey's kind of ilk is to the team. As we know, if we take Partey out of that team, tomorrow, how much the drop-off with the next person in line is to that. I'll be quite happy. Listen to me, let me finish. I'll be quite happy, even before we got Kiwior in, right? I'd be quite happy if Gabriel was out. I'd be quite happy to shift Saliba into the left side of defence, Ben White into the right side of the central midfield defence, and Tomiyasu into a right back. I'll be happy with that. But you tell me you're putting in El Neni or Sambi Lokonga in because Partey's injured. No.
You're putting words in my mouth, bro. Like, don't put words in my mouth.
Let me finish.
Don't put my words in my mouth, bro. I didn't say.
I'm telling you. I'm trying. Let me finish. I'm explaining to you the importance. Jesus Christ! I'm explaining to you the importance. Can you let me finish? I'm explaining to you the importance.
I've never said that about
the importance of the fact that I would take of Kiwior, who is maybe up and coming or whatever, and it doesn't have to hit the ground running, all right? Because he's not going to play as much as I know that the next centre midfielder that comes into Arsenal will be playing or will be expected to play a lot more games than Kiwior will be. And an important role in that team. We've got enough cover in defence to say Tomiyasu can do a job. Zinchenko can do a job. Tierney can do a job. Saliba, Gabriel, Holding.
So you
talk to me about Partey. You talk to me about taking Partey's position. You're just talking to me about Sambi Lokonga and El Neni.
No.
Yes, you are. But tell me who else is going to do what he does in our squad.
I literally said we should have got another midfielder.
No, I said in our squad, King.
What? We don't have someone, the quality gap when Partey doesn't play.
Right.
It's
so that we know this position. No, because of the amount of players that we have in defence to play before Kiwior.
One sentence I need to get out, bro. I'm sorry, but you keep harping on.
No, I don't. You keep harping on.
The alternative to that is playing Sambi Lokonga or El Neni when it's not. That's never been my alternative.
No, but what I'm telling you, you spoke about Kiwior bringing him in, and he's untried or whatever. And I've given you the reason why we've actually got him in, which I actually kind of think I don't mind that.
Gabriel's played 30 games this season.
We need a
Gabriel's
player.
actually played in every game this season.
Pardon?
You know that, right? Gabriel. What you were saying about the importance, in our system. Gabriel is one of the only players I believe that has played in every single game this season.
Yeah.
That we competed in.
Yeah.
Doesn't get much more important than that, does it?
No, but he's still. But if you take him out, I don't think the drop off, in our defence will be as big as if you take Partey out of our midfield.
So, but why did we get Kiwior then? If that was the case, that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
it's probably an upgrade on Rob Holding, who's probably going to be leaving soon enough.
Okay, so.
And he can play left side of defence because we haven't got someone there who actually can play who can naturally play on the left side of defence.
Tomiyasu could have played there.
He can. He can.
He plays there for Japan. You've got Ben White and Gabriel, who kept the 5th most amount of clean sheets last season in the league, which means you can use Tomiyasu on the right. Fresneda was available to come in at right back, which would have given us another option if we wanted to use Ben White as a centre back. Like, there's infinite permutations, bro. Yeah, like, but the point I'm saying is, right. If we were prepared to take that risk on more of a project player with Gabriel's position, like, for me, just because Lokonga didn't work out, it doesn't mean that there wasn't other good, capable young players that we could have brought in that position. Now, for me, there was too much of a delay between when the Mudryk saga broke down and when we actually started being like, you know what, we could have gone and got a midfielder. And listen, I have to hold a firm L. from
I don't know.
Gumbo, yeah?
I'm trying to follow you.
The L I have to hold is from
You're
Gumbo.
going all over the place.
Because at the beginning of the window, he was saying, why aren't we going in for players sooner? Yeah. For me, it seems like they put all their eggs in the getting Mudryk basket, yeah, and they were not attentive enough to be dealing with 2 or 3 transfers that we need to get done. To be like, right, okay, we know we're trying to get Mudryk done, but we know we need a central midfielder. And what we don't want to do is focus so much on this one that nothing on this one gets done. And if you look at how the whole saga unfolded with midfielders after Mudryk broken down, yeah, it's, for me, in my opinion, it's fully reeked of panic, where it's like, we expected to get Mudryk and no one else, genuinely. Because if we were going to get a midfielder, if we, I'm sorry, if we
I'm
were
asking
going
you a question, I didn't hear you.
yeah, so if we were expecting to get if we were expecting to go in for a midfielder, yeah, our attempts to go in for a midfielder wouldn't have been this laboured, and they wouldn't have been this panicked, yeah. So the whole reason we did is because we didn't get Mudryk. We were expecting to get Mudryk, yeah, and then just be like, you know, that's it. That was going to be our window. I'm telling you, in their head, that's what this was.
I don't believe
that was going to be their window.
I don't
Right,
believe
we've done the heavy lifting. We'll do the rest in the summer. But the fact that we didn't caused us to rethink the strategy to the point where it's like, now we're going in for Caicedo. Are you telling me, yeah, that they would have bought Mudryk and Caicedo if we had got Mudryk? They
We'll
wouldn't have
never
even
know.
gone in for Caicedo.
We never know.
They definitely wouldn't have. We know us in a football club, bro. They would not have made 2 90 million pound signings in a January window, bro.
If you asked me this time last year if we'd got Trossard, Discuvio, and we getting Jorginho last year, I would have said no way.
The only reason we went in for Caicedo is because Trossard cost less. The only reason we went for Trossard is because we didn't get Mudryk. This is what I'm trying to say, yeah. The whole thing, yeah, spiraled from not getting Mudryk, and the whole panic behind what midfielders we were targeting, how, when, and the whole strategy was panic, bro. Own it. Just own it. Just accept it, bro. That's the truth.
I always thought
we know that's the truth.
We're on for a midfielder.
We're clever people, bro. We're clever people. Do you know what I mean? Let's just accept it for what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. And at least they tried. Because last season they wouldn't have even done that. And I'll accept that. Yeah?
I think we was always in for midfielder.
At least they tried. But it's not good enough.
I think
if we're going to sustain this position that we're in of dominance right now,
going by your school of thought, going by your school of thought, but if we're going by your school of thought, we would have matched Chelsea's bid for Mudryk.
Huh?
Wouldn't we?
Huh? Sorry, say that again.
Mudryk was our number one and only target. Why didn't we match our bid for Chelsea then for Mudryk?
Because we didn't want to pay the money that they did on their terms.
Why? But he's our number one target. We're not getting anyone else, King. We've got all this money.
No, Canners, that's the point. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but your argument is flawed. That's my point.
No, because we shouldn't have done that. Maybe we should have done that.
Your argument is
flawed.
Maybe
we should have done that.
If we've got,
maybe we should have done that.
Listen, if we've just bought Trossard 27 mil, we bought Kivior for 20 mil. That's nearly 50 mil, right? 50 mil, and now we're putting a 70 or 60. On straight off the bat for Caicedo, right? That's over 100 mil, right? If as you say, with your argument that Mudryk was our only target, why not spend 100 mil, blow Chelsea out the water then on Mudryk?
You got to basically, I think what they thought is if we bid again, Chelsea will simply make a higher bid, and it will just simply go on to a point where we don't want to go, and we will be embarrassed, yeah, because we will get shown that there is a financial level that Chelsea are prepared to go. Wait, Canners, stop. No, Canners, stop. Sorry. No, Canners, stop. No, Canners, stop, bro. Canners, stop.
Your argument is flawed.
Canners, stop. Don't do that.
Argument is flawed.
Canners, respectfully stop, bro. You asked me a question. Canners, stop. You didn't ask me a question. Let me answer it. Let me answer it, bro. Let me answer it. Let me answer it, bro. No, you're not. You're trying to railroad my point there before it made sense. No, Canners, stop that. Can
Did
I
they have a
stop
bid
that? Can I
accepted?
stop that? Can I
Did
stop
they?
that? Can I stop
Did they
that?
not?
Can I stop that?
No, you stop it because you're
Until I
talking
make that point properly, I'm just
now.
gonna keep going like this, bro. It's simple. Yeah. So let
You
me
know
finish
what,
my
bro?
point, bro.
calm
Yeah.
down.
Before you railroaded my point,
I'm
let me
calm,
finish
Bobby.
it, bro.
I'm
Yeah.
calm.
Right.
But it's
It's
gone
because
beyond the realms
no,
of
because you
ridiculous
asked the
now.
question. Why didn't we go up to the level that Chelsea went to? So I was answering it. Yeah. So allow me to continue to answer it.
But
The
I thought
answer
you
is this.
did
Yeah.
answer that. You did answer
When
that.
Chelsea bid A, yeah. No, when we bid A, Chelsea bid B, yeah. Then they bid C. Then they bid D. Then it goes so on and so forth. And what Arsenal thought as a board, yeah, is that will show the gap, yeah, the disparity financially, yeah, that exists in what they can do in the market and us. And what that does is that will put us in a weakened position, yeah, with future negotiations. Chelsea will then think they can do it again and again and again because it would have been so glaring, yeah, that this is what they can do. The Knicks our transfers, yeah, and then all the other big clubs would have seen the same thing, bro. That's why we don't engage in bidding wars, yeah. That's why we don't, yeah. But that answered your question, yeah.
It doesn't.
It
It
does.
doesn't make
It
sense.
does.
You give me an answer,
It
but it
does.
doesn't make sense.
What do you mean it doesn't make sense?
Because you said at the
So
first,
we
at the
don't
top
want to
of your
engage.
argument, at the
So let
top of
me
your
nutshell
argument,
it
you
for
said
you.
that Modric
Let
was
me
our only.
nutshell it for you, bro. Let me
You
nutshell it
said
for you, bro.
he was our only.
Let
He was
me
our
nutshell it for you, bro.
target.
Yeah. We
You
don't
haven't.
engage in bidding wars. Yeah. Because the bigger clubs, if we get involved in a bidding war with Man United, with Martinez, they win. When we get in a bidding war with Chelsea, they win. When we get in a bidding war with Real Madrid, they win. When we get in a bidding war with Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, yeah, with these big financial entities, they win. Yeah. And what we are not looking to do is expose that, yeah, in the market by getting in these bidding wars and being in these situations where we are constantly losing bidding wars. That is why they did not do it, bro.
Wait. You've just changed your whole tact because you said that you believe that Modric was the only transfer target we had.
He was until Chelsea came in.
Right.
And made it a bidding war.
So then what we do then is then we say, okay, we're out. Chelsea then get a bid accepted. Then we say, do you know what? You've got a bid accepted. We'll bid the same.
We
Why
did
didn't
bid
that
the
happen?
same. Chelsea bid the same as us, but they bidded more up front again. Same with Buendia a few years ago. And we turned around and we said, you know what, Aston Villa, if you're going to pay more up front, more quickly, we're not going to get involved in a bidding war with you. Yeah.
No.
But there's got to come some point, yeah. This is the whole point of my line of questioning. There's got to come some point, yeah, when it's like we've either got to accept that this is the market, yeah, or we've got to get to these players before they become superstars. And at the moment, we're doing neither. Do you know we could have had Van Dijk when he was at Celtic? When he was at Celtic, yeah,
Hey, I know
we
that.
didn't want to pay the 11 million that
But
Southampton
also had
paid
Rod
for.
Hullet
Wait,
and Diego
wait,
Maradona
wait,
as
wait.
well.
We didn't want to pay
We've got history of it.
we didn't want to pay the 11 million that Celtic wanted for him. Yeah. But then we wanted him when he went to Southampton and proven himself as a Premier League player. We said he wasn't proven enough, yeah, at the level he was at when he came from Celtic. And then when he went Liverpool, we turned around and said, well, that's too much to pay for a Premier League proven player. This is nuts. This is nuts. Yeah. We could have had Mudryk in the summer, bro. 40 million. We didn't want to pay them. Yeah. Now we're trying to get behind, we're trying to make up for being behind on that curve, but we don't want to be in a bidding war either. It doesn't make sense, bro. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, the strategy has got to be like, you have to accept sometimes that this is the market, that this is where the big boys eat, bro. Yeah. This is what these waters are filled with fucking sharks, bro. Yeah. What are we? Are we a shark, bro? Yeah. Are we a big club, bro? Like, because all big clubs at some point get their pants pulled down over a transfer price, bro. Yeah. But if they get the prerequisite quality from that player, it doesn't matter because it makes that team successful. Yeah. And it seems to me that there's just this last part, bro. Yeah. 2017, we need to strike a last part, bro. Yeah. This season, we need to win a league title, first time in 90 years. Last part, bro. Yeah. That we just won't step the fuck up, bro. We won't do it, bro. We'll complain, oh, it's the conditions of the market. It's getting crazy. The money in football's getting crazy, bro. We paid 72 million for Pepe. That it was crazy
We
then
tried
too.
to act like a big club and look where that got us.
Yeah, look where that got us.
Look, yeah.
But
So you know what? It's not about always putting up front that money. Sometimes, yeah, no, I
look,
agree.
look
There
where
are times when you
Allison,
should put up the
look
money,
where
but
Allison
there's
and Van
times that you
Dijk.
got to think about it.
Look where Allison and Van Dijk got Liverpool.
Yeah. Look where Nunes has got Liverpool.
Canners, Chris, we're gonna have to wrap it up. Canners, I know you got to go.
Yeah. Okay.
I needed to find a dark room, very dark room for myself. I'm going to try and set up a stream in the daytime this week because I haven't managed to get to a word in.
Oh,
and
no.
There's a lot I want to
Bobby,
say.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's fine. But I do want to say a lot because a lot of stuff has been said that I don't agree with, and I do know some facts. So I will definitely give those facts out to all the people that have lovely watched and to you guys as well, the Armoury, because I do know some stuff and I haven't had a chance to say it. So I will set up another stream. I think Gums is doing one tonight, isn't he, Canners?
I believe so, yes. I think pretty much towards the end of the day, because of the deadline day, I guess hopefully we'll have some good news on certain things that have got on. So fingers crossed for that.
Exactly. The deadline hasn't finished yet, people, so don't panic. There's still,
Still got 9.5 hours, I think.
9.5 hours left. I will be back. I will be back hopefully tomorrow to do a different stream on transfer. I'll do a transfer deadline wrap up, I suppose. But Thursday, I will be back, and it's an important one because it's a preview lounge, and I've got 2 Everton fans joining me. It's going to be a fantastic show.
That's going to be a totally different game now, isn't it?
Exactly. I've got an Everton fan channel coming on, and I've got an old friend that is an Everton fan. I'm going to get their opinions on what could happen Saturday, and then obviously Friday, it will be the Armoury preview show, and I will be back on Saturday also to do the watch along. I'm pretty sure I'm not getting a day's rest this week, but never mind. Guys, I appreciate everyone. I really appreciate everyone. We are definitely out, but